Hello everybody, this is Bench85, and welcome back to another episode of Farming Simulator 17 Season 3, in what will probably be the last episode for Season 3 as well as Farming Simulator in general. We should be able to wrap things up today. It may be a long episode, so I hope you don't mind, but I guess I just don't want to break it up. I just want to play it out, and we'll see how long this guy goes. Fortunately, I believe I've made a mistake. You notice the time and the fact that it's getting dark out? Pretty much, well, it's almost nighttime. And I went and bought up a couple hayfields that figured, well, it wouldn't hurt to get a little extra haylage from. We could put in the bunker here. And so I did, and then I thought, well, let's just cut them right down. Not thinking about the fact that if the timer rolls over and it stops being today and it goes into tomorrow, I'm going to lose a bunch of material on the fields. It's not like hay. This is basically grass. So I kind of have to get, I guess, everything done today when it comes to this. So what I'm doing here now is I decided to do the fields that are, if you want to call them extras, the ones I bought here. I figured I could do those first because there's a chance that if these dissipate, there won't be anything left. Whereas a field that I've actually fertilized, I might be able to get something off of it tomorrow if I run out of time. So it's just this field 43, and then there's a big one down by the lower part of the map, field 60 down there. Those are the two extras I have cut. So those I want to try to get done, and then 12 and 13 up in the top right. Those got fertilized, so I'm hoping I can get maybe some of it to survive overnight. So that's the plan here. The other plan here is to try to turn around without getting stuck in the trees or anywhere else. That actually went a lot better than I thought it was going to. Also helps too with these two that because there isn't as much material here, I can just keep chopping. Yeah, I do have. Wasn't sure if I had the lights on bright, but yeah, I should have just saved some of these fields for Monday so that it wasn't so rushed. But I'm just gonna work under nightfall here and see how much I can get. It's not like I can just keep going if I don't skip the night, you know. It doesn't take away what's in the field, so it doesn't matter as soon as it goes over midnight. It gets tagged for, hey, you know, it's the next day, do all your calculations. So no matter what, when it hits midnight, I'm going to lose a bunch that's down in the fields here, and might as well do one of these fields where it doesn't go as far, and maybe I can get some more material in, so I don't feel so bad. But I got 3 hours to go, a little less than 3 hours in-game, and I guess we'll see how far we get before night ends here. So I remember very well why I made the rule, well, for one thing, for realism's sake, but why I didn't want to run at night. It is really hard to see where you're going at night. It's almost like it's a completely different world. Let's see if we can get through here now. Oh. See, that tree gets me every time. Oh, got a little bit of a lag there. That looks pretty good. So this is the field 60 over here. And as you can see, midnight's fast approaching. Not fastly. Obviously, I've been doing too much chopping late at night, and I just can't speak. Oh, I was really hoping that would be in the right spot. Time is of the essence at the moment. Oh, now I can actually see where the pin is. That should be pretty darn close. Really? Well, I suppose we can always straighten this out. Maybe I didn't like the angle or something. Yeah, there. There we are. So let's see if we can find where we left off here. Alright, there's one. Like I said, it is not easy to see. And sometimes it's actually easier to just do it from in cab, because you can see the road better. Just gotta be able to watch where you're going and stuff, and it all depends on what you're doing. But I figured what I'd demonstrate here. Let's see, we got half an hour. Divide that by 5, it's about 6 minutes. So, in about 6 minutes, horribleness is probably gonna happen here. We are going to... Oh, we did not do that correctly. I did not turn enough. That's what I mean, it's making me tough to see. Maybe I'll come back out here. Maybe it'll be a little easier to see. Yeah, maybe. But I'm curious to see how much actually disappears here. Whether there's actually going to be anything left on my field over there. But on the plus side, we will have this field completely taken off, it looks like. And we got the other 2 fields by the biogas plant. The one, or the, not 2. The one field behind the biogas plant is completely taken off. So all that's left is our 2 big fields that we got. Well, 1 big field, 1 small field. That we bought a little while ago. Oh, there it is. Like I said, it's so hard to see these rows. I can't really... Oh, there is another one there. So, I guess that's where we're going to end up. Like I said, though, it is so hard to see at night here. This should be the last row. And this is probably going to be the last container, the last wagon full that we take off. Trying to see. I know it's probably really dark for you guys. And all I can say is it's really dark for me too. I was afraid of that. Let's go straight through. Perfect. So, well, yeah, when midnight hits, the hay's gonna start disappearing. Well, I guess they call it grass, because you haven't turned it into hay yet. But it would be the normal alfalfa, which I think I've talked about it before, but I don't agree with it. It's not realistic, because I mean, in real life, you cut your hay down and you let it sit for a couple days, let it dry out, then you rake it, let it finish drying, and then you can bale it. So you're going to need to have it sit overnight for a couple nights. You know, in perfect weather, maybe 2 nights, and then, you know, so 1, 2, 3, and then on the 3rd day you can rake it and hopefully bale it in the afternoon, if you're raking it. Or I mean, if you're baling. If you're chopping it like this, you'd probably let it sit overnight 1 day to dry out some, and then you'd chop it the next day. So regardless, you're gonna have to let it sit overnight. But you know, we gotta work within the game capabilities here. And I guess technically, since we've only got 12 days of a season, you know, 48 days out of for a year, you gotta shorten it up some. I mean, we always did turn it into, tether it, turn it into hay, and then let it sit overnight for the drying period, um, which it makes sense. It's at least partially realistic. So I guess I want to start chopping over here. Like I said, we're going to run out of time here. And once it changes over, it should shrink the rows down by however much it's going to shrink it down. And when it does that, it doesn't pay for me to keep chopping because it's going to be the same amount in the rows whether I do it now or whether I wait for morning to come. But my hope is just to hopefully fill this up and call it good for the night. This is where we'll end things for the night. But I figured I'd let you guys see what's probably going to happen. I don't know. We'll have to see. We're going to see this together because I don't think I've watched this change in real time. And then unfortunately, once it clocks over to after midnight, I'm not going to be able to skip ahead the night anymore. So I'm going to have to wait it out. Although I guess I could speed up time, but I figure, yeah, I'll just kind of wait it out and see. But I'm not going to keep chopping. You can tell it's a pain to do it at night, and I'm just doing it, basically on principle here, try to get as much done as possible. I didn't want to shorten up time. We'll run everything at 5x. That was the agreed amount way of doing things, at least in my mind. So that's how we're gonna do things. Can't cheat the system, right? Can't put rules down and then decide to ignore the rules just because you don't like how things ended up. So this should be full here. I guess I'm not gonna quite finish this field, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is here. Try to back up here. So I'm going to leave it like that. Actually, I can leave that, or I can get out with the lights off so we can at least see what's going on here. That looks pretty good. Usually they got a little more light coming out this way just so you can see side to side. And plenty of lights in back. Yeah, pretty good. Alright, so 2 minutes in game here. 1 minute. You're going to see things change here. So what's the row going to become? Should happen any moment here. And there it is. Oh, it shrunk down. Well, that wasn't so much. Oh, here I was really worried, and I guess we're not going to lose a huge amount. I already have over 1 million units in that silo, so we're going to fill that one. I figure about 3 million should fill it. Somewhere around there. And we'll get to the point where we just can't put any more silage into it. So I'm going to have to wait now until night finishes and day comes. But we can't start chopping until Wednesday for corn. So I'll meet you guys on Wednesday depending on how the weather cooperates here. But at least the forecast ahead looks pretty good for us. A little bit of clouds, but not too much rain. So I'll be back in just a bit, guys. Hello everybody, welcome back to a wet and dreary Wednesday. Yeah, I didn't get very far before it started raining here. We get a little bit left of this field, but that's about it, unfortunately. I apologize, I haven't been putting up many videos here. Some of it was because I've been putting a lot of time into trying to get this episode out. And the other issue is, well, the sickness that I had before when I was streaming those couple nights, it kind of relapsed and got worse. Ended up with double sinus infection, and it's been a couple weeks of trying to get rid of it, actually. So I haven't even been able to record, I haven't been able to stream, nothing, which is unfortunate because I'm not exactly sure when I'm going to get this episode out. Hopefully soon, before Thanksgiving here, I'm planning, or the day of Thanksgiving is probably the latest I'll go. But Farming Simulator 19 launched on Monday. I have it downloaded. It is in my Steam library. I just haven't played it yet. I haven't started it yet. Nothing. I don't want to do anything on it until we're done with this and we're ready to go into 19. So that's where I am with that kind of stuff. So the other issue I'm having here is that the cows are going to have to be sold very soon. I have just a little bit of silage left. It's in those bales that are hanging out over there. And I think I have 2 straw bales left. I have a lot of hay, but I don't have any of the other stuff. So I know I could keep running them on just hay. And I could do without the straw, and then I wouldn't get regular manure. But to me, that doesn't seem right to the animals. It doesn't seem like good welfare to them, especially after everything I have done for them. So when it gets to that point, we run out of stuff, we're going to sell them. That's what it's going to come down to. But I'm going to start chopping here as soon as I can get some dry weather here. I don't think I have anything else parked. No, I don't have anything parked down by the bunker. I was going to show you guys where that is, but or how that's doing. But I'm not going to worry about packing the first one before going to the second one. I'm just going to fill them both, pack them both, and cover them up for the winter is the plan. So I will see you guys as we progress here. It's just going to be a lot of it's going to be a lot of off-camera work. I got stuck there trying to get all the silage in. It's going to take a while, so that's what's going to take a long time. I'm probably going to hit 300 hours on this save file, which is absolutely crazy, but I've loved every minute of it. So I'll meet you guys as we progress a little bit further. So I think we are officially running out of food. I'm having to come over here and get some silage bales. I'll show you guys what we're dealing with here once I get over here. I don't remember how many I have over here either. Oh, quite a few actually. Well, unfortunately I don't think I can get more than 4 of them in there. I suppose let's just grab 2 at a time. Try not to make too big of a mess. We're gonna have to come back and get this stuff later anyways. Okay, good, it does go in there. So then yeah, it should be... Oop. Oh, that's right, they're actually a little bit low. I forgot that they weren't exactly 4,000. Something made them... something to do with how they got wrapped, or I don't know. Or was it because they were grass bales? I don't really recall. Regardless, that should be almost full. So yeah, we are running out. I'm out of straw. I'm out of silage. Other than these bales over here. The good news is, I've got all of the corn off, at least for the first batch. We're gonna have to wait till... I guess it's gonna be Sunday, isn't it? Day 9. I see there's snow in the forecast right away, which is lovely. We have the first bunker full. We're working on the second one. Like I said, I can't do anything until day 9. I want to let everything mature, but my one concern, and we will get to that in just a bit, is whether or not we can get it done. But we will talk about that when we get to that point here. I'm pretty sure I'm only going to have enough feed here to get us to, I think, Sunday. Something's not working right. I think it's the weight on the tongue. So I think this will be enough to make it work for now. I'm just trying to guess this stuff right now. So I'll show you guys here. So straw, that's all we got. So that's the amount that we have to work with. I gotta give it a little bit more water here. It looks like silage is gonna be pretty close. To be honest, I'm just gonna call it good where it's at. That's pretty much perfect. Power food's actually gonna be our low point probably. The other cool part that's going on right now is I believe hay is very marketable right now. There's a great demand for it. So I think because of where things are here, let's see, I'm gonna park you here. I'm gonna get the carrier and I'm gonna load up all these bales that I have stacked here and I'm gonna go sell them. I think that would be beneficial. Make a little extra money. We're not going to need it anymore. As soon as they run out of feed, they are getting sold. Same thing's going to happen to the sheep. The sheep are not producing wool right now. I mean the cows are making milk, but the sheep are not producing wool, so it doesn't make sense. Oh, we've got 333 sheep. Holy shnikes. I didn't realize we had that many. So we're going to sell them because we don't need them either. We get the wool over there to sell when we get around to it. What I am going to do is head here because I'm worried about getting the silage done because of how long it took to do the other ones. So what I want to do here is I want to sell you and then sell you. Oh, that's right. We have to repair it first and then we can sell it and hope we have enough here. I want to go up to this guy. I have not used him before. I don't believe. Or we might have done that in a previous season. But the biggest thing is we're going to go up from 6, we're using here, 6 meter working with, up to a 9 meter. I think we're going to use yellow. Oh yeah, we got 21,000, perfect. So we got a little bit bigger of a unit here. Okay, it does have a hitch point, that's good. And that one's got the double, oh, it's got a wheel in the front. Yeah, I don't think I've used this one before, because I don't remember that being there. Has that always been like that? Oh, so it disappears. I see. Oh yeah, that's the way to do it. I like that. And the wheel's gonna magically appear here? Yep. Oh. So, we're gonna use this guy to do the rest of it, and this guy's actually got a little more speed to him. I don't know what he runs at for chopping speed. I'm hoping it's a little bit faster because it's got more horsepower. And we'll be able to take stuff off faster then. Still going to be a lot of transport. My other worry is that we don't have enough room for silage. And if we get to that point, we're either going to have to run the silage somewhere else, which I'm not sure I want to do, or we'll have to take it off as regular corn. Just get the header for the combine. So I haven't decided how I want to do it yet. I guess we'll see when we get there, but it looks like in those 2 bunkers we're going to have $5 million or 5 million units of silage that'll be processing, which is a lot. And we'll just have to see how far we get and what we want to do when we get to that point. So I'm going to cut through here and I will meet you guys back probably on Sunday so we can start doing silage with this guy, and we will also be selling the animals because that's what we're gonna have to do. But I'm gonna bring this over by the fields over there so when we get started we can get started. So I'll meet you guys back in just a bit. It is a cloudy, dreary morning. Cows are really talking, probably because they have nothing to eat. Yep, it is time, guys. It is officially time. We are going to sell all of them. And I wish there was a quicker way to do this. So how much money do you think we're going to make? Quite a bit, right? could actually probably pay off a bunch of the loan just off the animals here. Come on. Down to 150. So that one, so 100 of them is 40. Yeah, we're going to have over $1 million here. Oh, dang. Who knew that the cows would be this profitable? Although we're not going to be getting milk income anymore. I have to do this for the sheep, too. Oh, man, this is going to take a while. This is a lot of clicks. Click, 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 click. Ready? Here we go. Over $1 million. Our fees are going up, that's for sure. 70,000 in fees. Confirm. $1.1 million. I don't think. I think this is about the closest we can get. Well, we're waiting anyways. It's kind of cloudy. Kind of hard to see. A little foggy. So let's head over to the sheep. I know they still got stuff, but it doesn't really pay for us to keep them going because, well, they're not making wool anymore. So let me actually step up time a little bit, see if we can get the clouds to disappear. Although I don't know if I want to go too far because, well, I don't have much time. We've got 3 big fields, 1 giant field, which is what I want to start with first, of corn to take off. And we only have 4 days to do it. And this day and looks like Tuesday, I did not make that turn, are both going to be cloudy, which might be an issue. Almost 9 o'clock already. Let's see here. Oh. I just forget that it takes forever for the steering to come back to center. There we go. Perfect. Well, you guys are noisy. So we got 300 of them to do. 333. So I need like a macro or something. Click, 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 click. So the cool part is I think we're going to be able to pay off everything right here, then and now. I didn't even think of the fact that we were going to have all this animal income to go. So that's 100 in. I apologize if this is going to take a while, but I figured I'd let you guys see this. Let's go super fast. Probably hear my mouse going click, 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 click. I'll probably break the button before I get done here. Why isn't there like a sell all? Like shift, control? Nope, doesn't change anything. Is this one gonna reach 100,000? No. Or I mean 1 million. I don't think so. Fees though are enormous. But it's gonna get quiet here in just a moment. Actually, we're gonna be close. No, we're not gonna quite make it. We're gonna get to 900,000 though. Ready? Quiet. So we have no cows, we have no sheep. Everything maxed out, of course. And if I did my math correctly, we should be able to repay this all, which I want to do. So we won't have any loan whatsoever. We'll be completely debt free. And everything after this is just going to be basically straight income is what we're going to be looking at, which is going to be nice. Well, this is a lot of clicking. I had quite a loan out, didn't I? So, I know I mentioned before that I was hoping to have this out on Thanksgiving. It is actually Thanksgiving evening right now. Still trying to get things done here in this. It's crazy how much time it's taking to get this last episode together. I think I have over 15 hours logged already. Probably coming up on 20. And I probably got another 10 hours to go. So there's a lot of time invested into this one episode. That's what it's coming down to. So there we go. We're off the hook. We are completely paid off. $2 million in animal sales. That is crazy. So I guess the last thing to do... Oh, this is in a different order now. Let's slow this back down to 5. I'm gonna just do it with how things are. Let's see. Start her up. A little different style head. And I'm gonna hit higher. Oh, wait. No. Left shift. Not alternative helper. So let's start her back up. Looks like it's gonna chop at 6 miles an hour again. And we'll see if I had it straight. I don't think I did. I think it's gonna miss a little bit on the edge here. Yep. Darn. Well, I was close. That's gonna have to go back and forth a little bit here, so. Oh, it's not. Oh, I see. I thought it was gonna turn around. I just wasn't close enough. There we go, and then we're gonna start making giant long passes and oh, are you just gonna go straight through? No. Alright. Well, good enough. So I'll see you guys as we continue along here and keep you updated on how much silage we have. Alright, I think this is officially it. This is the last load of silage that we're bringing in. We've got both of these bunkers full. This one's got almost 2.54 million, and this one's just under 2.5. It will be 2.5, so we're gonna have just over 5 million units of silage in these two bunkers, which is downright crazy. The hard part is it's getting tough to unload into the silos without spilling everything. So there, we're over 2.5. And then we still have to compact all this and then cover them. So it's going to take some time for that, but we got to get rid of what's left in the field still. There we go. So I was working it out, and I'm pretty sure I could have put the silage into, there's two bunkers up by the farm, obviously, those little ones, and there's one over by the wood drop-off place, and then there's another one over in the field over there. So there was enough bunker space. I just didn't want to haul the stuff back and forth. And I'm actually really glad I made this decision, because I learned something really cool. As you know, I've been using the chopped straw mod, which puts, if you got beans or straw or anything like that that you're taking off, it puts it back onto the field in a chopped format. Well, one of my biggest beefs I always had with using the combine for corn, you can see some of it there, is that it would take it off like this, which is not realistic. As you know, might as well shut that off. And by the way, I bought the non-Case IH header because of the folding ability, so we can get around the field a little bit better, or get around the map. Most of the... Oops, wrong. There we go. Most of the material actually is processed by the head, and the cobs of corn are the only thing that usually goes through the combine. So you can see we got cobs of corn coming through, which is pretty good, and the head itself is what's putting stuff on the ground. It's exactly how it should be in real life. I mean, it's not perfect, it's not, you know, covered like it should be, but It's a huge improvement, and I really like that they did that. So I'm going to take off this corn. I've got this, and... oh, wrong spot. So we got to take this a little bit off here, and then field 27's corn. We're going to take all that corn off, and then we can compact the silos and wait till springtime when we can sell all the silage. So I will probably meet you guys now in the springtime, where we can collect on our bounty. So I will see you guys when the snow stops falling and it all melts. Do you hear that, guys? That is the sound of money making. We are here at the biogas plant. It is spring. It's actually the last day of mid-spring, almost late spring. And as you can see, I've almost got one silo emptied out. Just been slowly moving it along. I've been running twin conveyors for pickup. That way we can run all the way across the bunker. Because as you know, otherwise we were doing one side, the other side, back and forth. All that good stuff. The reason I'm bringing you guys in here at the end of this bunker is I don't see the need to empty out this bunker. We can keep track of how much this one earned us, and we'll just double it, because to be honest, this is the last episode of the season of actually this game, and I spent a lot of time in this gameplay. So I figured before we wrap things up here, I guess I don't have everything emptied out yet. I'm not that concerned about it. I've just been emptying those out as we get great demands. And the only thing that I've had an issue with is obviously this fills up every once in a while, but it takes a long time to do it. And I just changed it out so it'll be fine for this. We've got 84,000. I guess I can't talk for too long here. So, Farming Simulator 17 as a whole here. I mean, it's been a beautiful game to play. You look around, you see the sunsets, the sunrises, the trees. Everything's been really good. Visually, I've loved playing it. Trees swaying like that. It looks good. You know, that little flicker off in the distance if you're holding still. It looks like the breeze is actually blowing. That's the way it should be. They hit a huge home run with 17 when they went to the ability to make piles on the ground of all your feeds, of all of your crops, manure, everything, which actually led into the snow being able to be done with the Seasons mod, which was huge. Because like, what was it, Season 1 when we were doing the pigs, being able to set up that shed, put all the different feeds into there and just scoop them out instead of going back to your farm silos to grab stuff, that was a really good addition. I'm really glad they did it. It's exactly what the game needed. Actually gonna move this guy a little bit closer, just in case. Try to get this corner worked up. I'm afraid this one's actually not close enough and won't get the far corner, but we'll find out. Some things I didn't like. I mean, physics isn't perfect, but this game's never been perfect on physics. Not that big of a deal. I don't like that normally you don't see this stuff put out on the field when you combine it. If you're doing straw and stuff and you're not putting down, or I should say if you're doing your cereal crops and you're not doing straw, it doesn't spread out like it should. Corn, if you take it off with the combine, it looks like it got chopped off. Basically it looks like this one over here, but we kind of addressed that earlier in the episode. The chopped straw mod, made up for it. They did a good job with lumber. They obviously made it so it wasn't lucrative like it was in 15, and they improved it a lot. I mean, the ability to pick up small things, so you could process things like that. Being able to do wood chips and put them on the ground, do all that kind of stuff. I mean, look at Season 2, we were hauling logs out and processing them right on the plant, which was really cool. It worked out really nice. It took a lot of work, but it was really cool. We just had to make sure to stay away from 4X maps because there was a lot of issues with Kleinhau, which is the map we use second. But it is what it is, you know. Obviously mods make games like this. They allow you to do a lot of different things. And that's actually props to the mod makers as well as the base game maker. Giants did a awesome job of allowing integration into their game, and I hope they continue that into 19. Getting there. As far as things to look forward to, well, actually we should talk about this when we're talking about modding. Seasons mod. Seasons mod breathed new life into this game for me. Made it so immersive, being able to, or having to deal with the weather on a daily basis. And obviously we imposed some rules. I mean, you could do hay in one day, but we decided to impose the 1 day over, or 1 night over rule, which I think made for some more interesting episodes at times. I think we're gonna actually get a sunset here. Time wise, we're almost timing it perfect. It made it feel a lot more realistic, and you can tell that in the gameplay. I was looking at the save files. It logs how many real life time you have in each of the save files, and I think Season 1 was like 120. Season 2 was somewhere around 100 hours, and this season we're at like 305. So 3 times the gameplay that we've had from the previous seasons. I thought there was crops over there. Oh, you know what? No, we can't finish this out. We have time here. Yes, we need you. I don't know if this is going to keep running. We got to take this up to the shop. Maintenance required. This may shut off on us on the way there. We're just going to drive through the field. Don't mind me. This is not how you're supposed to drive, but you know what? Ooh. For last episode, we can have a little bit of fun here. Down the hill, get stuck. Let's see here. I think I have the toolbox sitting over here. We can do something. Yeah, we definitely got a sunset coming. And, oh, stuck on the front. I haven't had to do this in a while. There we go, repaired it. So if we bring up the larger map, let's see here. I guess what we need to do is we need to go this way. We need to purchase all the fields. That was our goal here. Purchase all the fields. I know we have plenty of money for it. We'll just make our way around here. There's what? A handful of fields. That's right, we never got 64. I forgot about that field. Can't go too fast here. I think we have enough processing. I'm actually going to slow it down to 1x so we don't miss this sunset here. Because I feel like we should enjoy it. Yeah. Oop, there's signs. Watch where I'm driving. So we need this field right here. Perfect. We need 56, which is right up here. Hop the fence. Oh, there's actually a little lean-to here. Nice. And really, you know, the Seasons mod wouldn't have been possible without the ability to have the snowfall, which is what I think I mentioned previously. Why is there like... There's like a road here. Do you think this is a solid post? Oh, it is. Oh, cool. Alright, we're just gonna drive around it. That never happened. I have not been to this part of town. Well, actually we did when we were hunting for gold nuggets. don't think there is a achievement for buying all the fields. I think you have to finish all the missions for all of the farmers on the map, which we did not do. Actually, let's drive right through town here. So we got, what? 1, 2, 3, 4 fields left. Oh, bunker silo is empty, it says. Just gotta finish up processing here. There's the shop. Let's go this way. Ooh, watch out for the fence. Must be finishing up the total there. Oh, right there it is. There we go. I think we are done processing. Let's buy this field. We can continue on this road right here. This will be perfect. Kind of taking a drive through. Let's see, we had all grass fields now. Oops. Wanted to turn that off. Just crossing hands and looking at the keyboard and running into things, obviously. And yes, I know this is getting to be a long episode, but it's a proper send-off as far as I'm concerned. A little bit of a drive through the map. So we've got one right here. We keep driving on the wrong side. We have to cross the truck every time. Oops. So we just gotta go around here. Thinking the driveway is in a different spot. Buy this one, and then there's one more over here. And that should be everything we need. This is what I was mentioning. There is a bunker silo over here that we could have used. There. If we look at the map, let's change this out here. So every single number is officially green. So we have bought every single field on the map. And I want to get to this guy. Okay. Increase it to 5x. So this is officially empty. It must be continuing to process the last of this. Yep, it's got 24,000, but the money's already in. So we need to look at the final totals here. And I think real time it took about 4.5 hours to empty this out. So I'm actually going to hide that. Let's see, actually, let's do, is it Alt F? There we go. So limited screen, so we can kind of see the sun set here as it goes down. So final totals here. Looks like $1.25 million. So if we would have done this one, we would have had somewhere around $2.5 million made from all that silage. And remember, we didn't even process it all. We did end up combining a bunch of it. So we could have gone a lot further with that. But I feel like this is such a great send-off here. Beautiful sunset. $2 million in the bank, all the fields purchased, and I think all the animals sold. The wool was sold. We still have a bunch of manure and stuff we could have sold. We've got a bunch of grain. We probably could have made it to 3 million, no problem. And we're completely not in debt, so I mean, we were successful. And I forget how many seasons we did, if it was 5 or 6 seasons in the seasons mod here, somewhere around there. So we did really well for ourselves. I feel like we did carry a lot of debt for quite a while, but it is what it is. So like I said, I apologize for the long episode, but I just wanted to get all this into one episode as a a final hurrah, final send off. And I know we kind of packed a lot into it, but there was so much off camera work, and I didn't want to split it up. So that's how I wanted to do it. So with that, guys, as the sun goes down, we say goodbye to Farming Simulator 17 and move into Farming Simulator 19 here, which will probably come out tomorrow, because this I'm finishing up Sunday night, and this will come out tomorrow morning. So we'll have Farming Simulator 19 Tuesday morning right away. So with that, thank you all for watching, guys, and as always, take it easy.